And so I want to give you a quick update of what we've been up to, but then also really want to show you what we've been in the lab working on. One of the biggest things that we've been doing is learning more from our clients and from our customers, and then also understanding what are those pain points that they're dealing with. And so one of the biggest things that we've learned is that organizations are spending way too much time looking at dashboards, book reports, workflow tools, and not really understanding where they have risk exposure. And so one of the things I always ask our clients and individuals that I'm speaking with is how do you understand how your organization is losing money and wasting time? And specifically, how do you quantify that? And then what do you do about it? Our platform solves that problem. So we simplify risk management and intelligence for organizations by allowing you to de-risk your organization in real time. And so that current process takes about 90 plus days, about 500K to $2 million based on the size of your organization. And that's 3 to 5 legacy tools that are just completely obsolete today because they're basically book reports and workflows. Give me an example where it makes sense in 2025 in a world of Twitter feeds and instant gratification that you wait to the end of the year or you do it quarterly, looking back 3 months, 12 months to understand where you have risk exposure and then solving that problem after it's been exposed the entire time with no plan of action of what to do. You're already behind the curve, losing money, losing time, just playing catch up. You're always in a state of response. How do you become predictive and proactive? Excuse me. And so that's one of the things I wanted to walk you through today, just to show you really quickly what our updated platform, Tassel and Risk AIQ can do for your organization by saving you time, money, and uncovering risk both internally and externally to your organization, so you can be proactive and protect that bottom line. So what I want to do is walk you through a quick demo. So when you log in, there's 4 easy steps. So think about this in comparison to the current process. It takes about 3 to 6 months of integration of a tool. It's going to cost you almost $1 million if you were to purchase multiple tools that our platform is able to replace. We've cut that time down to less than 16 hours of actual work and effort. And so what does that look like? You conduct a rapid risk assessment, you log in, you upload previous risk documents, previous audits, risk reports. And then you ask Ollie, our AI risk advisor, hey, Ollie, I want to conduct a rapid risk assessment. So Ollie's going to do a few things for you. Ollie's going to check across 7 of our risk domains, and we're going to go into that a little bit here in a second. But he's also going to check some of our paid sources in with our partnerships like Kickstart, and specifically look for those opportunities or look for risk exposures externally to your organization. So we had a client that wanted a tool that could look both internally and externally and meld those two together so you understand where you have risk exposure holistically. So what we're going to do, so me being a former intelligence professional, the bottom line up front, the bluff is the number one thing I care about. So as an executive interpreting information as quickly as possible, especially in today's world, your number one goal is to understand where you have risk exposure as quickly as possible. And so what we're able to do is with our risk AIQ score, we quantify every risk within your organization. We're going to give you the likelihood, the impact, the residual risk, and also going to quantify what does that look like for your business. Then we're going to give you a high level mitigation strategy that you can take and implement now. And we're going to do that across 7 domains. As I mentioned before, we look at cyber, safety, operational risk, finance, people, technology, reputation, and more. And that's just what we're looking at internally. We're also looking at 22 intelligence domains externally that I'll show you what that looks like in a second. And so what do you get after you conduct a rapid risk assessment? You also conduct a full assessment. You can go across 7 domains. And you can deep dive in each one of these domains. You can look at cyber, you can look at people, understand where you have risk exposure. This is built on COSO Enterprise Risk Management Framework and mapped to 100 other frameworks, including NIST, Cybersecurity Framework 2.0, ISO, HIPAA, and beyond. So you can answer yes, no, answer yes. The questions continue to blossom out so we get to the root cause of where you have risk exposure. So what is the output? Going through the process, you really only have to do that once. What you really want to focus on is this roadmap. We're going to give you an actionable roadmap that you can implement today. There's no need waiting on a third party to come tell you what you need to do to focus on. We can help you get to risk remediation and mitigation in real time. We're going to quantify the value of the risk. We're going to tell you about that potential loss, and we're going to help you understand what are those implementation best practices across the industry that I need to focus on. But we really don't stop there. Always going to be able to walk you through step by step how you can remediate those risks yourself. One of the top questions that we get from our clients is like, hey, I need a business continuity plan. 2025 is insane. And it's only going to get more chaotic. And so how do you understand where you have risk exposure, but then how do you know what to do about it and have your team prepared? We're able to provide your organization through our platform a business continuity plan. I'm not saying we, it's actually Ollie doing all the work in the back end. Or Ollie's analyzing your organizational profile. Ollie's analyzing your response to the questions, and Ollie's analyzing that roadmap to give you the next steps of things that you need to focus on in case chaos hits your front door, so you can protect that bottom line. So while Ollie's doing this, Ollie's in the background thinking, working, reviewing all of the documents, bouncing this up against known frameworks, and he's going to give you this actionable business continuity plan that's going to be something you can action. I keep saying action because that's my number one pet peeve. I don't want a book report. I don't want something I can't use. If you give me, going back to my time in the FBI, at EY, or in the military, thick books during a crisis mean absolutely nothing. And so you need something that you can pull in and understand what everyone's role is and what's the starting point once the bang happens. And that's what we're able to provide in the platform. But before you even get there, you want to know where you have risk exposure and how do you know what's coming down the pipe. We monitor those risks externally to you. So think of geopolitical risk, regulations, economic, reputation, and beyond. We have 22 intelligence domains that we look at globally and understand how that's going to impact your organization. So going back to our client's use case, they need to understand both internal risk exposure, breaking down the silos so you meld everything together. What are those dependencies? But then also, how is the world impacting our organization? It's not just a single Dun and Bradstreet report. It's not just a single news alert. It's well beyond that. We're going to give you that actionable, decision-ready intelligence so you know what to do about it. We're going to let you be able to go and check where the information is coming from. And also, we're going to provide you that bottom line up front, that so what, and that what do you need to do about it. And so our goal is to transform how organizations understand risk management, but specifically focusing on actionable intelligence to get you to a decision as quickly as possible. Organizations have to de-risk in real time. If you're playing the reactive game, you need to become proactive. 2025 and 2026 and beyond are only going to get more chaotic, and it's going to be too much information for an organization to truly understand where they have risk and what they need to do about it. So stay tuned as we release additional features to where you can simulate and predict how those risks are going to impact your organization. You can look 6 months, 18 months into the future to see the cascading impact of those risks. So we're excited to show you more. Please ping me on LinkedIn, check out our website, schedule a demo. We're onboarding new clients now.